homies.
Homies.
Yum. What's up? Welcome back to the Dex Mystery Vlogs, Oros style. I'm Alex.
I'm Kellz.
And last time we finished our little pre-end game sort of wrap-up episode.
Yeah.
So today, it's time for the Elite Four. Yeah. So you're in the Pokemon League now. It's very pretty in there. The road to it is very cool. Really good production quality, very bright colors, which I really liked. You know what I mean? It felt a little bit more peaceful and badass than
They vamped up the Elite Four, all of it.
Yeah, it wasn't so much imposing as it was
totally cool.
I felt like I was in a palace.
Yeah, I felt like I was in a palace and that I was maybe not good enough to be there, which is definitely a plus for the Elite.
Right. Okay. So you get to the actual Pokemon League lobby area, which has a Poke Center and a Pokemon Mart. Pokemart. So you should heal up and you should buy whatever healing items you need, because you got to remember that the Elite Four, every one of them has 2 full restores and the champion has 3. So that's annoying. So just be ready. But it's really pretty. But now that you're here, also, if you didn't get everything that you possibly wanted, or if you want to teach somebody a TM, we're going to go over weaknesses and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is the time to go, because you can actually fly back once you get to the Pokemon Center. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So that's the time to do it. That's the time to pick up other TMs or whatever. So then you go in. First up, it's Sydney. Sydney is a dark type. He looks like a card dealer or something.
Sydney. I'm trying to figure out how the name relates to darkness.
Acid, sinister, Sinister. Maybe they just hate
also
us.
spelled with an S, right? Mm-hmm. Sydney.
Yeah, maybe they just have a vendetta against Australia.
Who knows?
So he's dark type.
Yes.
He's pretty cool looking.
Not my favorite dark type Elite Four member.
Right. He's got a Mightyena with swagger, which could be annoying.
Right.
Not the funnest thing to deal with, but
not too bad though.
If you have one good bug type or fairy type or fighting type, he's done. You just bop him.
Or if you have a Mightyena. Mightyena rocks it in this Elite Four. Just kills everything pretty much.
No.
If you get the right Mightyena. I soloed the Elite Four with Mightyena.
What did it have? Flame Bite?
It had Fire Fang.
There it is. Flame Bite. My favorite
Flame
move.
Bite.
Great.
Flambeau.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so Jimmy comes in from the web saying that maybe Sydney, because Australia is a
criminal island.
Like a prisoner colony. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Dark.
Not anymore. You guys are fine now.
It's the history. It's the history of Australia. There's a lot more to the history of Australia than that, obviously. What am I saying? So he goes down. You just get one guy. All his Pokemon are weak against the same stuff. He doesn't have any double types that get around the weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Next is Phoebe.
Yes. Phoebe
is Polynesian looking, kind of. She wears a little flower sarong type thing. Yeah. She has a flower in her hair. She's the ghost type gym leader. There is some weird stuff going on in her room before the fight, but I wonder
what. See, this is another question. Okay. I wonder what her outfit has to do with ghost types.
That
kind of looks like a Blossom.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't really know, but we will
delve.
We will talk about it in a minute.
We will delve.
The big deal with Phoebe is that some of her Pokemon have pressure, so that can be a problem.
Yeah, I've never really encountered it.
If you're high enough level, it's fine.
It's never really been a problem
for
me.
But yeah, pressure is the only real deal with her. Obviously, dark and ghost type Pokemon are the ones you're going to want to use, or at least dark and ghost type moves. But she's not really a challenge. You can move on. Next is Glacia, who, much like Lorelei, I completely forgot was a character.
Yeah.
She's got this kind of old-fashioned vibe to her. She looks like she's not. The thing I like about her, she's interesting, is because first of all, she has this sort of weird, almost like a Southern Belle kind of look, almost like Scarlet, Scarlett O'Hara, almost like that, almost. It's a very modest looking old-fashioned dress, and she's also not her body image, her body shape is not typical thin model type anime character girl. She's got a little bit, she's older, and she has a little bit more natural shape. And I think that's interesting. Like, I wonder, like, what her backstory is.
Yeah. You don't really learn anything about her.
Yeah, she's kind of elitist. She's kind of like aloof, but that's about it. That's the weird thing. This is the one where you really notice it, but it's weird how many doubles there are. First of all, like, almost none of them have 6 Pokemon. Phoebe has 2 Bannets. Glacia has 2 Glalie and Frostlasses, and Drake has 2 Flygons.
That's very strange.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is very weird.
So you bop Glacia. Speaking of Drake,
Huh?
he's the next one. He's a dragon trainer. So if you got a fairy type, you're solid. Or if you aren't above using your Lati, you're solid. Because you should have a Lati by now. You'll
That's
just
true.
bop Drake with it. Like, he's super beatable because of that. Like, level it up like 10 levels and you'll win. Probably the entire Elite Four, but that's not a big deal. Then you win. The Elite Four is super cool in this game. I really like the individual arenas with they're like kind of the same shape, but just the way that they color them and stuff, it's different. And like, I love like the cherry blossoms, and I liked, there's a lot of different things that I liked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was cool. It's like very cinematic walking from one to the other because there's those like long bridges. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those are tight. Those are very cool. That's a new thing.
Yeah, I really like that because it gives you like this anticipation, but it's like at your own pace too, so it's like imposing.
Yeah, they look great. They look very cool.
But then it's time for the champion. You go into this kind of like temple-looking building, and
Who could
surprise,
it be?
surprise, it's me. What's up? I made it. It's me, Steven Stone. You've been helping me this whole time, but I'm also the champion.
Look, he doesn't like your impression.
It's a matter of
Just like me.
It's okay. He's ready to see how much you've learned, literally doing all his dirty work the entire game. So other than Mega Metagross, which can be scary if you're like not high, I think it's like level 59, so like if you can beat it, you can beat it. But if you have a bug type move and a ground type move, you should be able to beat everyone but Skarmory, and then with Skarmory you just use like an electric move or a fire move and you win.
Great.
Yep, you beat him, it's great. And then you're the Pokemon League champion! Yay!
Bug? Why bug?
What?
Isn't bug weak against rock?
It just happens to be that it just happens to be that all his Pokemon are like he has like
Dual types that are like weaker to rock? Okay, to bug. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bug and ground will cover everyone except Skarmory.
Nice.
Game's over.
Oh.
You join the Hall of Fame and the credits roll, but then what's this? Brendan/May wants to fight you one last time, and it's easier than it is to fight Steven Stone because it's almost like you're meant to win.
Yeah.
I like it though because it's like a cool new tradition since Gen 6 of the like post-credit fight. That was cool. You beat him like no problem. And you kind of like
And like they further cement their we're trying to force you into a relationship with your rival.
they're not even
thing.
you know what? It ends up feeling more like old friends.
I don't know.
In the end, like I definitely like recognized the relationship thing, but it felt like they like got us all the way there, and then they were just like.
I just feel like the whole game's trying to enforce me with Brendan, and I'm like, I don't want to date Brendan, Mom. And then she's like, but why don't you go to the? Ooh, that's spoilers.
Wait.
That's not. We can't
Yeah.
do that yet.
But like literally, like they wax philosophical for a little bit. They're just like, man, it's just so crazy out here.
Or rather, the rival does. Well, you just like.
Yeah, you don't say anything ever. But then it like they walk away. You don't really get a payoff for their relationship, is what I'm saying. It's just like, all right, like it's over. And then it like has this cute like music box version of the theme, and it shows like space, and it says like Pokemon Company, and there's like fireworks going and stuff, and that's it. That's great. That's the end. But then there's even more because it opens on this like desk scene with like two
it looks
Pokeballs
like it's
chilling.
just like the end. Yay.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's weird. So you're looking at like I suppose what you're looking at is like an angle on the room where you can't see anyone in the room.
Right.
And there's a TV going, and Norman and your mom are talking. Your dad and your mom are talking, and it's this weird like window into their like really unhappy marriage.
I know, it's really sad.
Yeah, it's really weird. She's like, hey, remember we're gonna go to the.
We're going to that meteor shower.
Yeah, we got tickets to the meteor shower, and he's like, oh babe, I gotta be at the gym. I'm so sorry. I gotta be at the gym at that time. And she's like, oh. No, she's like, it's cool.
I was just wondering what we're gonna do with the tickets now.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. And he's like, give him to the kid.
No, they don't say that yet. But that's what happens.
Yeah, the point is that's on the table. It goes like, and there's like this weird symbol. and you're like, what's that? Oh, it's in Moss Deep City. What could it mean? Who knows? We'll find out next week. We'll be back after the break in 1 second, and we're going to talk about this week's mystery.
Oh, wait a minute. It's mystery time. That was all you. I was just gonna sing a little hello, and then you just joined up.
I was like, just trying to yes and you. Okay. Improv. Okay, so this week's mystery is really interesting.
Okay.
It's pretty well substantiated, so I'm pretty excited about it. So
Great.
Phoebe's Arena, if you did not know, you probably heard about this at least a little bit. Phoebe's Arena is haunted by some sort of ghost. Mm-hmm. If you blink, you might miss it, literally. Like, it's really missable, but there's a spirit who takes the form of a small child, and the most common place that you see it is sitting in a chair against the wall by the door to her battle arena. It's like an
over
armchair.
her shoulder while she's talking to you.
Yeah, she's talking to you over her shoulder. That happens. But there is an entire shot, literally, from the girl's point, the kid's point of view. You don't even really realize it. It's like you guys talking from like a wide angle, and the camera like gets up in like first person off the chair and like walks up to you, and then it cuts from that shot to a reverse shot of you looking at Phoebe talking, and you can't really see your face, but Phoebe's like over here, you're like right here, and you're looking at it from like behind. And behind you, like this close to you, looking at you in the face, is the girl.
And it's just so small.
Yeah, you're like looking this way. The girl's like this, and the camera shot's coming from this side, so you would really miss it if you weren't looking for it. You can only see it kind of like through the neck and like under the back of the head, like you can see like a little bit of the girl there, but it's definitely her. Like she's definitely there. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's crazy. It's scary.
It's super weird because
I did not notice it.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to go back and see if you saw it. Like, and it gives you like goosebumps. So
What's the deal?
That's the main thing. What is the deal with this? Phoebe seems to be some kind of spirit medium, maybe. But whose ghost is it? I don't know exactly, but most of the evidence that is out there points to someone from her own family.
Like a little sister?
Well, let me tell you. So, during the Mount Pyre incident, where, you get the orbs or whatever.
Yeah.
You have a little moment with Wallace?
I did. He's so cute when he yawns.
Yeah, he just took a bath, so he's super soft. It's really great.
Sure.
So, when you do the Mount Pyre incident thing, there's these two elders that are guarding the orbs, okay? But these elders disappear after the Groudon and Kyogre incident. Can't see him anymore. And in the original Gen 3 games, I can't remember if it's actually true of the Omega ones or not, because I didn't just play through this part. But it's implied that Phoebe talked about that her grandmother lives on Mount Pyre. Works on Mount Pyre, and it's heavily implied that her grandmother is one of the Elder Guardians.
Okay. That's cool.
But later on, you can run into all the Elite Four members and gym leaders and stuff just chilling everywhere. So you run into her on Mount Pyre, and she's standing next to some gravestones when you find her, and she's laughing and giggling, but no one is around her. It looks like she's talking to someone, but there's nobody there.
So it's someone only she can see.
And you talk to her, and she's like, my grandma says that she really likes you. Last time you were here, she thought you were really cool, so great. And you're like, huh? And so it seems like Phoebe can talk to the dead, and
that they died.
Yeah,
the Guardians died
in the bad weather.
Oh no!
Because they're old people.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So back to this other girl. Okay. Apparently this is the thing. I read an article about this on Kotaku, and it's the same thing, and I double checked it. A bunch of people keep saying this, but it's not in Bulbapedia, and it's not in any other wiki. But people keep saying that in the manga, Phoebe's little sister dies.
Oh really?
Yeah. So that's my best guess for who that girl is supposed to be.
Is her sister?
Yeah. Aww. But let's loop around to another thing we were talking about real quick. How about this? What if it's one of your family members? What if it's your dead sister? And what if that explains why your parents are so, like...
There's no evidence for that.
I'm just saying, like, what if...
It couldn't be.
I'm just saying, like, what if that's why your parents are in this, like, kind of, like, weird, messed up marriage now?
Like, why you had to, like, move? Man, that's some stuff. That's like that movie that we saw, Don't Look Now.
Yeah.
That movie is scary.
Yeah,
don't watch that if you are scared, but...
It's a really obscure movie, but
that's a scary movie. That's a scary movie.
So yeah, I mean, what do you think about that?
I don't think that it's your own sister.
Well, right, but what do you think about like the root, like what do you think about that theory in general?
I never knew that Phoebe. I never knew about Phoebe's connection to the Guardians, and I never like considered the fact that they were gone after the bad weather incidents. That's really crazy.
So my question now is like, this is a question that I want to pose to the general public because I don't know the answer to this. Maybe there's some kind of like culture that might wear like big flowers and sarongs, maybe like a Polynesian, South Asian, some type of culture in that zone of the world, maybe that wears those type of clothes that has some type of view on death like this. I don't know.
Or like
I remember
connection to the afterlife.
I know there's some tribe somewhere that I read about once. I don't remember where they were from though exactly. I think maybe it was actually like, no, I think it was an Asian country. I can't remember, but basically what it was that they like don't consider their family members dead until they like bury them or something, and they like feed them and like walk them. They're the ones that like wake them up and like clean them every once in a while and like chat with them, and like
I've never heard about
if
this.
a baby dies, they like put it into a tree and all this weird stuff. Like I wonder if it's like something like that. I wonder if Phoebe's like a reference to something like that because this urban legend is legit. It's like a pretty well substantiated one.
We don't know exactly like
for
what
a guy who like
is.
researches video game urban legends for a living, I can say this is a pretty convincing one. So I don't know.
It's neat. I would like to know a little bit more about like,
right.
what the little ghost girl is and what she does. But then I guess Phoebe's deal is that she just talks to dead people.
Yeah, but I wonder if there's some sort of like
like thing to do.
Like
with
I wonder if she is like a reference to like some specific type of spirit medium.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But let us know in the comments below. And speaking of the comments below, do you have something to say?
I do. I was just thinking about like ghost type gym leaders and how they all seem to have like some sort of paranormal power, and I wonder like if that's like a prerequisite.
I wonder if that means you have a paranormal power because of all the ghosts and stuff there are in Pokemon. I wonder if like you are like meant to be a ghost trainer. Like what if?
Maybe because you can like see all the ghosts.
Yeah.
And everybody else is really scared of them.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But you are like the chosen one in every single Pokemon game. So
right.
Who knows?
Maybe you're like the Avatar. You know what I mean? Like maybe you have all the.
You mean The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
You can't talk about that show until you've watched it.
Okay, but
Shots fired.
my point still stands. Right?
Shots fired.
All right, let's go to the Q&A.
It's Q&A time.
Boop, boop, boop.
We've compiled our list of questions.
Boop, boop, boop.
It's a good one.
Boop, boop, boop.
I did it.
Boop, boop, boop.
Read them.
Read 'em. All right. The first one is from the first person who posted a comment, as usual. And this week, it's that other review dude who asks, if you weren't doing the decks, what would you be doing as a job?
I think we've answered this one before, but
okay.
I will answer it again, and we'll even do more. I do have another job. I'm a veterinary technician, registered veterinary technician, to be exact.
Oh, wow, look at this.
So I work in full-time in an animal hospital, and it's really fun. I really like it. And so if I wasn't doing the decks, I would do that. Also, that I do. But if I wasn't doing either of those things, I would love to be a zookeeper.
There you go. I would probably be writing game theory and being on Super Beard Bros.
But if you didn't do either of those, what would you do?
I'd probably have a normal job and be more financially stable.
What is a normal job?
I used to work at Blockbuster for like 5 years. I could do something like that. Maybe like work. I don't know if I want to work in retail again. I got like the working in retail experience that you're supposed to get as a young man.
I had a pretty good retail experience
Got
at
that
the
guy.
candle. I did, and at the candle shop too. That was really fun.
I don't know.
Vague references to our old jobs.
I'd probably go back to school. Maybe like get like a degree in journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. Here you go.
Our next question comes from SPSP 1883. What is your favorite sauce for hot dogs? Love your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sauerkraut and mustard, no contest.
Really? Sauerkraut and mustard?
Yeah. What are you, a pleb? What's yours, ketchup?
I love ketchup.
See, I knew it.
I put ketchup?
Yeah, see.
But I also like chili dogs. So
Chili dogs.
Chili
Chili dogs
cheese.
are, that's a
chili
different.
cheese dog?
That's, yeah, I feel like that's
Okay.
a different,
That's
like,
not sauce.
I think you like evolve it to a new dish.
Alright, I like ketchup. And I'll put mustard on there too.
Yeah, but chili dogs, team. Great. Good job, guys. Next question is from Karagon Zephyre. Hope I got that right. I don't know. Hi, Alex and Kellz. I have a Q&A question. Who would you like to be the next James Bond?
Who do you want to be the next James Bond?
Idris Elba.
I've
Luther?
heard of that rumor. Isn't that a rumor?
Yeah, I don't really. I'm not like following it. I heard there was some rumblings of it. I would love to see him be James Bond.
Let's put Jesse Williams in that role.
Who is that?
Nah, he's an American, so he can't be it.
Who is Jesse Williams?
He was in Cabin in the Woods. He's very handsome. He's
Cabin
also
in
in
the
Grey's
Woods?
Anatomy for a while.
Who was he in Cabin in the Woods?
The smart nerdy one.
The one who smokes weed?
No. The nerdy one that's like the heartthrob that's not Chris Hemsworth.
I don't think I remember him. That's so
Really?
weird. Yeah.
He was like I don't know, he's cute. He's cute.
Okay.
And he looks really good with a beard.
James Bond.
But
though?
he fits the bill. Let me tell you, he does.
What
But
about, Henry
he's
Cavill?
just gotta grow out his beard a little.
But Henry Cavill or Hugh Jackman?
I don't know who Henry Cavill is.
Superman?
Oh no, he's not. He doesn't seem to be like James Bond. Hugh Jackman? No.
He's been gunning for it.
No.
He has.
Well, I don't want him to be that. He already had his chance.
What about Ewan McGregor?
Well, I like him, but I don't think he should be James Bond.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you like James Bond?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I like Ewan McGregor more. I'm getting all giggly about
Oh
it.
my god. All right, let's move on. This next one is for
This
you.
next question is from Empath Warrior. Right?
No.
No. Sorry, that's the next one after this one.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. This next one is from GSD Gaming X. Lots
Great.
of letters.
You did it.
I have a hard time. Q&A question. Seeing as every fossil is rock type, do you think that fossil Pokemon get the rock typing forced into their DNA when they become actual fossils, or do you think that Pokemon types have evolved, no pun intended, over time and rock was just one of the first types to exist, hence why every fossil Pokemon is rock type?
I'm gonna go with the first option.
I think so too.
I think that they're like a rock version of like a Pokemon that existed at one point.
I think by way of fossil evolution they become rock type as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you're just like, bringing back the Pokemon exactly as it was, then like that kind of like throws a wrench in a lot of like the Pokemon changing over time thing and like why aren't they still around?
Right.
Yeah.
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 Perfect. Now comes a question from Empath Warrior who says, "We all know what your favorite Pokemon are, so I won't ask that. However," I wish he just was like, "What are your favorite Pokemon?" However, if you could, what changes would you make to these Pokemon? Would it be a design element? How it evolves? What stage in the evolutionary line it is? Base stat totals? Any factor that makes a Pokemon a Pokemon?
Cool.
What would you change? Would you change anything about your favorite Pokemon to make it better?
Ampharos? No. Ampharos is perfect. But for it, I would give better stats because I want to be able to use it competitively, and it's I'd give it some better stats, and then I would give it maybe. I mean, I don't like want to give it a secondary type. It's normal, but I don't want to give it a secondary type. I think we can have a top tier normal type Pokemon. That's fine.
I want to give Breloom like a little puffball spore, like first form. I think that'd be really cool.
Oh yeah, you want him to be a third?
Like a baby,
That's
baby
cute.
Pokemon. And I would love Jolteon to have a Mega.
Ooh.
Yeah, Chestnut's perfect. The shiny one should be the real one though. He looks sweet. But that's kind of the point, I guess. So maybe
love
just
shiny
keep him
for
shiny so it's special. Great.
Great.
There you go.
This next one is from Lord Alduin of Skyrim fame. Question: System of a Down reference also. Do you know this song?
I'm not a big listener of that band.
Do you know this song? Great. Jimmy knows.
Jimmy knows it. Jimmy got it.
Also, okay, let's see. Hi, Alex and Kellz. What is the strongest bond you two share with each other? Love of animals, comedy, music, etc.
Probably right now, honestly, Destiny. love of Destiny.
Oh no.
I don't know. We like a lot of the same things.
That's I like you because you're funny.
Yeah, like comedy is.
I mean, if the real question you're asking is like, what causes chemistry between us? I think it's for me, it's probably comedy.
Comedy, dashing good looks.
You.
Look at me.
I cut his hair.
Yeah,
I did it.
She did it.
I did it.
Good job. It actually looks pretty good though, right?
Thanks.
Do you think it looks
I think it looks good.
Yeah, okay,
I like it.
All right. Leave your questions for us in the comment section below for next week. Obviously, as per tradition, the first question leaver will get their question read for sure, as long as it's not a dumb, mean question. But that's a pretty good mystery, right? That was a pretty good mystery today.
Phoebe?
Yeah, Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Yeah. So let us know what you think about that. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this, like, sort of like, what type of caricature / Street Fighter character type inspiration does Phoebe have? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
But until next time, we only got a few more of these. I think like 2 more of these. So get hyped for that, because what are we going to replace it with? I don't know. Maybe I already told you. Goodbye.
Bye. I'm Kellz.
I'm Alex. Goodbye.